What's good, everyone? Welcome back for another session. This is Jin. I think a lot of you guys are probably waiting for this video to come out, and trust me, I've been working on it. It was a little bit tricky for these guys because they were a little bit key hungry. You got to get the SA levels to at least, 20 key plus in order to get the guaranteed additional stuff like that. So it was definitely a little bit tricky, but we got it done, and these guys are certainly overpowered like crazy. And of course, for those that are unfamiliar with this format, essentially we're just going to go through within 99 turns, just continuously stack attack and defense in this case, because they do have that for both the 18 key and 12 key super attack. So you're going to progressively see how crazy things get from a number standpoint. So with that being said, let me just break it down and talk about the unit overall. Before I do that, I do have every intention of also covering the tech version of the LR Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, or I should just simply say Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta or Gogeta Blue, but expect that to come out within probably the next 24 to 48 hours, so I'm definitely going to be loading that up. Now, back to this Gogeta unit. Now, even though it is a transforming LR where you do fuse into the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, we're going to keep these guys in the Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta state, because in order to stack up the attack and defense throughout the 99 turns, you have to keep them in that way. So with all that being said, let me just break it down real quick. Again, leader skills fuse fighters or GT heroes category, key plus 3 HP attack and defense, increase 170%. In addition to that, Kamehameha category characters will have HP attack defense incrementally of 30% tacked onto that. So it's an overall boost to, I guess the equivalent is 200% at this point. So we definitely broke that threshold with the 7-year anniversary. Now, in terms of the pre-fused super attack abilities, so the 12 key will raise attack and defense and cause colossal damage to enemy, and luckily the ultra super attack, or the 18 key super attack, also raises attack and defense along with causing mega-colossal damage to enemy. So it kind of works out, because you kind of need to raise the key meter to like 20 plus in order to get those additional super attacks, like I said. So the passive skill, again, like I'm talking about here, basically, on a high level, once you're able to get 20 key or more, you're guaranteed for additional super attack. And along with that, if you're able to get the 24 key, the attacks are effective against all types. As you can see here, it's a neutral type setting, so luckily it's not like type disadvantage or anything like that. But I've had to switch gears to go to the Super Saiyan 3 Broly Dokkan event versus the Rose and Zamasu one. I'm sure a lot of you guys that have been hanging around the channel for a while know my preference used to be to go to the Zamasu stage, because I always referred to him as the punching bag in this kind of scenario. But it got to the point where he's going to end up dying way quicker than the 99 turn limit even activates. So that's kind of why I've had to switch gears for this one, because Broly is a lot more overpowered in terms of like defense and like I think the overall HP level or something like that maybe, but it's definitely the way to go now. So I know I kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent, but I certainly did want to bring that back up in terms of like for those that are wondering why I chose this over that. Now, in terms of like the overall passive, besides the stuff we just talked about, guards all attacks within the same turn from the start of turn, I guess, with the entry animation, I guess, so to speak. And then you also get attack and defense increase of 77%, and then key plus 1 per type key sphere obtained for 7 turns from the start of turn. So obviously you lose out on that because we're way past the 7-turn limit in this case. But you also get attack and defense increase of 120%, plus an additional key plus 1 per type key sphere obtained. And then chance of performing a critical hit will increase by 7% for every rainbow key sphere obtained. And again, once you're able to get key meter of 20 or more, you're able to launch an additional super attack. If you get key meter to 24, you can essentially attack effective against all types. Now, in terms of like the overall team option, or team building I should say, I did bring in the strength type Super Saiyan 3 Grade 8 Goku, which I am praying this guy easy ace during this celebration, because if this guy is a viable enough option nowadays in the current state of Dokkan, I could see him being very, very beneficial to include on teams with like the grade 8 power and like the GT heroes, and like this one where you can essentially combine the fused fighters and the GT heroes, and also throw in a couple of Kamehameha units and what have you. So it's yeah, I'm really praying that happens, and that's kind of why obviously it was one of the better linking partners for the Gogeta unit, but man, it's just I kind of intentionally threw this unit on there because I wanted to talk about it, because I don't know why they missed a lot of opportunities for the EZA for this guy. So I really feel like there's no other point in time to do that but now. It really just makes sense to go ahead and do it. And maybe with the part 2 and part 3 EZAs, more likely part 2 is when we'll see like an influx of a lot of EZA's happening, but I am praying that happens, because if it does, I think team building's gonna be a lot more efficient in terms of like the available options for support and stuff like that. And the way they build them nowadays, you can be a support unit, but you can still have like really good offensive and defensive ability. So I'm really hoping they do that and execute it well, to say the least. But back to the Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, or Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Again, this is a very unrealistic scenario, but it's a lot of fun to do this, and throughout the video, I'm sure you've noticed, and you'll see it in like the last 2 segments of the video, but for the most part, the way it's structured is, again, grade 8 Goku is linked up with the Super Saiyan 4s, and then I've also got the Goten and Gohan unit. They do provide like 40% to the GT Heroes categories, which the Gogeta unit does fall under. So a lot of built-in support, but again, for this exercise, it's a matter of building out the attack and defensive stats as high as possible. That's kind of the whole purpose of this. So I certainly didn't mind throwing in a double support rotation in this case. Now, typically on a regular run, I mean, as long as the grade 8 Goku gets an easy 8, it's a decent enough unit. I mean, this isn't necessarily unrealistic as well, but I guess if it came down to it, though, for this LR, I guess you would want to link up with, some other options. And for those wondering, there is a very specific reason I didn't bring in any of the Gogeta units, even though they link extremely well, even pre-transformed with the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta LR version. They actually do link up quite well. But the problem is, the other Gogeta units, remember, they do counter, so I didn't want Paragus taking unneeded damage by, Gogeta's countering ability. So it sucks that I wasn't able to include them, because, you're able to cover a lot of link sets, based on that. But I think the grade 8 Super Saiyan 3 Goku is actually a decent enough option, and luckily in this case, the unit does have type advantage against both Broly and Paragus, so I wasn't too upset about that. But yeah, I mean, Saiyan Roar is a 25% increase to attack at level 1, so I think this friendly that I had was maybe in the mid ranges of 5 to 6 link levels throughout, so you definitely do get a decent boost. But I did want to make sure I included a support unit that had the Saiyan Roar ability. So with that being said, the strength type Super Saiyan 3 grade 8 Goku only makes sense. Now we're on, I think this is turn 90, so we're getting toward the back end of it, and as you can see, Broly's HP is quite low already, and I had a feeling I had to record these rotations, because eventually he's probably going to die, offline, so to speak, without the recording. So I didn't want that to go to waste. Plus, you'll be able to see a rotation with another LR on the rotation with the legendary power link skill activated, and the next one should be the Tech Gogeta that I also included. So shocking speed will be activated in that case. You're missing out on some of the support, like the Gohan and Goten unit provided that extra 40% toward attack and defense, but some of the offsets you can certainly tell, but I think given the linkage with legendary power and also like shocking speed for at least the these two LR guys, Vegeta and Gogeta, you're able to not quite get to the equal levels, but you're able to get close enough. So I wasn't too bothered by it. Again, I wanted to make sure I had the recordings included where you're able to see the Broly unit actually get KO'd. Now, I think before, like turn 88 or something maybe, with double support. I mean, the defense for this guy was 3.5 million, I believe, and you know, the attack stats were already probably close to 26 million, so it gets quite crazy. I don't know, I have to go back and compare it against the Namek Saga Goku one that I did. I feel like he definitely put out a little bit more offensive power, but again, I'll have to go back and check. But yeah, this is pretty much the testing for the Kaioken mechanic with the LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, so expect the LR Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta to also be done. I feel like it'll be done tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Alright, peace out.